Yeah, like most of you, I'm getting pretty fed up with people. It's ridiculous. People are so rude. But, anyways, just out here on the patio and just chilling, man. So, we're going to talk about God as we always do, but we can talk about other things too. Like one thing that I want to talk about is this thing with the Menendez brothers. Um, these guys uh, shot their mom and dad, and that's a fact. We know that they shot them. Everybody knows. They don't even, there's no, like, they're not saying they didn't shoot him, but they're saying the reason they shot him is because the dad was tweedling around with him, and that made him do it. Which, I mean, I could see them being pretty angry and stuff, but a lot of people don't shoot their mom and dad and in cold blood with a shotgun, kill them. So, on the other hand, and the thing that bugs me is this dude Garagos. This guy is sitting there talking about how everything's good. We know more now than we did in the '90s and all this stuff when they were sentenced. And basically, we've progressed. We're better, more moral, more wise, making better decisions. And I don't buy that, but that's what he says. But here's the thing: this is the dude also that represented Scott Peterson. Now, I know a lot of you think that Scott Peterson is guilty, but the fact of the matter is there's no way he's guilty. There's no way. So this guy's been sitting in jail for however long. He had the death sentence. He was going to be killed for something he didn't do. And that's a fact. And I don't care what Geraldo Rivera says or Gloria Allred or any of these people. Even who's the guy, Dan Abrams, he thinks he's dead, But after I watched that one program on Hulu that talked about the timeline with the mailman, there's no way this guy killed him. No way. And also the fact that they used the dog to sniff out, his remains on the dock, which was, 150, 200 miles away, something like that. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. And the whole thing was a farce. But this guy's sitting in there in the jail. He was going to be killed. We had the death sentence, but California changed the law. So when I look at the two situations, Menendez brothers, who did shoot their mom and dad in cold blood, and maybe they had a reason, maybe they didn't. I don't really know, I mean, I'll take their word for it. They had a reason. The dad was a tweedler, tweedling around. But the Scott Peterson did not kill his wife and his kid. And he's in jail. But what's interesting is that because he was a cheat, he cheated, he deserved to die. And that's what convicted him, is the fact that he was a cheater, and that gal that he was supposedly had a relationship with, the blonde gal, which he only dated like 3 or 4 times. I mean, it's interesting to compare the two, crimes. One was a crime, Menendez, and they're going to be resentenced, and they're eventually going to get out. But Scott Peterson's still sitting in jail for something he didn't do. And Garagos is running around talking about Menendez, but he's the one who represented Scott Peterson. So think about that. I think it's interesting to compare the two.